What if I told you that if you had to fail 26 times, that the 27th time is that one where you get absolutely everything you've ever wanted for your career? Would you do it? Would you go through the pain and the suffering and the work to fail the 26 times to finally get everything you want? I bet you would, because you know that that next time is your time. But the problem is, we don't know how many times that we have to fail before we finally get that big win. And I see too many times where my clients and my colleagues and my associates just quit right before the finish line. And they just, if you take that one extra step, it's like, you're going to get everything that you want. I don't want that to happen for you. And so I want to share with you today some things you can do to make sure that you have the resilience that you need to do what you need to do and to come out on the other side with a win. Because too many people hear the word no, they hear rejection, things get hard, they don't go the way you expect them to, and then you just stop. And it's very common, and I want to show you how not to be that person and how to want more for yourself and actually get it. Because it is really easy to start something, it is really hard to finish it. And being able to stay true to your goals and focus on what you want is critical. So here is a mindset shift that I want you to take in and make sure that you own this. And that is that when you hear the word no, when you get rejected, when things don't work out the way you plan, do not look at that as a sign that you need to stop. No is simply the indication that you need to find another way to get to yes. And so, what is that one thing that you've wanted for yourself that for whatever reason you don't have it? And when you think about that one thing that's always in the back of your mind and you're just noodling over it, and every now and then it pops up and we're having a great day, you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. And when you're having a shitty day, you're like, oh, maybe it's not so important. But you know it's always in the back of your mind, moving, and it's there. What is that one thing? And then what has been holding you back? So when you think about that, I want to share a story with you about me as I was coming through my career. So I was hell bent. I don't even know why, but for some reason, I was hell bent that I was going to make vice president by 35. None of my family went to school in terms of college. I never went to college and I didn't get my degree until I was 40. So here I am in my mid 20s, knowing that I am going to be a vice president by the time I'm 35 years old. Had no idea how I was going to pull it off, but I knew that if I went the normal channels, that there was no way in hell I was going to make it. Right? I didn't have the pedigree, I didn't have the experience, I didn't have the education, didn't have the network, didn't have anything that I really had going for me other than ambition, the ability to work hard and to be successful despite all the odds. And so every time I try to take that step forward and I get punched in the face and have to go back again and like, all right, let me find a different way. And I eventually bobbed and weaved and found my way to what I wanted, which was that ultimate goal of hitting vice president. Only I didn't do it at 35, I did it at 32. And I was really able to do that because I got creative and I had this resilience. And, the rejections and the setbacks, they were real. Whenever I really hit a brick wall, I felt overwhelmed and isolated and fearful, and I lost my confidence. So these are things I know that you're feeling too as you're trying to figure things out and build that momentum to keep going. So here are three things that helped me keep going, even though everything in my world around me said that I shouldn't. The first thing that I did is I stayed activated because I knew that a career in motion stays in motion. And when you have momentum, that momentum builds on itself. And so every day, as hard as it was, I did one little thing. Maybe it wasn't a big thing. I wasn't moving mountains. I wasn't, doing all these amazing things, but I knew that if I did one thing every single day that moved me at least a little bit further, that was a hell of a lot better than doing nothing or allowing myself to take a step back because it was too hard, because people kept telling me no, because of all these things. The second thing I did is I really spent some time focusing on what's working. So you have that gunshot approach, you're doing a bunch of different things to try and reach those career goals. Well, some of them are going to work and some of them aren't going to be as effective for you. And so I finally stopped and took a look around. I'm like, okay, what's working and where am I beating my head against the wall? And those one or two tactics and one or two habits that I put in place that worked for me, I just threw all the other crap away and did those instead. And not only did that help me continue to activate, but it made it more fun because there was a lot less rejection and there was a lot more fun and authenticity in doing what I was doing. So I was able to keep going. And then again, when you have those moments where you feel like a total big fat loser and that you can't get anything right, but you know that's not true, I would go back and relive my rock star moments. I would look at those times where I was the top of my game, nailing everything, all the things in the world were in the right place. And I would go back there to remind myself that I didn't suck and that this is just temporary. And when you go back and like, what was I doing at that time to really, really be at the top of my game? And what can I bring forward with that so I can keep on going? Right. So just I'm hoping that these tips are going to help you if you're in a stuck mode right now, because I'm talking to a lot of people who just seem stuck these days. And I don't know if it's spring fever or what it is, but there's a lot of this. I just, I'm not having the momentum to keep going. Here's what I want you to do. Remember that no doesn't mean stop. It's just another, you're going to have to take a different path to yes. Remember to activate, right? Because a career in motion stays in motion. Focus on what's working and stop beating your head against the wall with things that aren't. And then relive those rock star moments so you can get your confidence back on track. And so, what if your next time is that big moment for you? Are you going to leave it at the finish line? Or are you going to take it all the way and really enjoy all of the things that you have been working so hard to achieve? And that's what I want for you. So I'm Tammy Alvarez, and I'm the creator of the Career Winner Circle, where we help business leaders make a big impact and love their jobs again. I'd love to have you join us in that CWC world where we just really do a lot of things to help you move your career and all of the things that you want for yourself forward. So go ahead and pop on the link in this post. Check out all the really cool free resources that we have. And I've also got a download for you today. It's the Resilience Roadmap. And so you're going to be able to take this roadmap and make sure that you are able to stay the course no matter what life throws at you. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Career Winner Circle.